they're bawling for milk. We're showing in this video is probably the average, but it's not always the same. She's on 4 liters, a loose nipple, because we like to try to get 12 hours between calf feedings. Wet, it would probably all flush off very easy, but it dries up. Yes, I did it. I did it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today we are going to talk to you a bit about how we handle all the different roles on the farm between Eddie and I. If you're new here, Eddie's my husband. We're dairy farmers. We milk about 60 cows in a robotic milking system, and we do the majority of the chores on our own. And if you've been watching for a while, you know that calf health is super important to us, which is why I manage the calf program. But more about that in a bit. And Eddie's gonna bring you into the barn for some of his chores. I'm gonna bring you along for some of mine. And without further ado, let's get to it. So I'm in the barn, I'm about to feed calves. You might be able to hear them in the background. They're hungry, they're bawling for milk. And as I mentioned, calf health is super important to us, which is why we feed Mapleview Agri's milk replacer. We feed Advanced Calf plus Decox here, and we just find it to be an awesome product. We've tried a couple other products, and this one seems to be just right for our farm. I highly recommend it. We like that Mapleview Agri milk replacers are easy to mix up, whether you're using a whisk, drill attachment, or computer mixer. Mapleview Agri has their very own state-of-the-art calf research facility where they are able to research and test their products to ensure they are producing optimal products for calf health. The Advanced Calf Plus Decox milk replacer contains functional proteins which can reduce the severity of calf scours or diarrhea, as well as reduce calf morbidity and mortality. Functional proteins have similar characteristics to colostrum and stimulate the calf's immune system by providing immunoglobulins, which in turn boosts the calf's immunity. I highly recommend giving Mapleview Agri's milk replacer a try. You can purchase it through your local feed dealer. Their dealers can be found on their user-friendly website. Check out their sister company, True Vital Animal Health, for colostrum, electrolyte, and immune-boosting products. You can get Mapleview Agri or True Vital products through feed dealers or your local vet. Check out the dealers on their user-friendly website and follow them on socials for the most recent news. So it's Monday evening and tonight I'm on my own for chores. Eddie has had a super busy day. He was spreading manure on the hayfield earlier and then picking up straw bales at our neighbor's field. We're buying straw from them and we're trading manure for straw because we have too much manure, and they are cash croppers, so they want manure, and that turned out to be a good deal. So Eddie's picking up those straw bales now, and he's going to do that probably, I don't know how long, into the night, or I don't know. But I have been doing chores. I did chores this morning, and then the kids and I took off to enjoy a day at the pool. But now I'm back doing chores. While Eddie and I do have a pretty decent system planned out, things do change, so we're showing in this video is probably the average, but it's not always the same. So I am probably not in the barn quite as much as you think. I feed calves at least 4 to 5 times a week. So keep in mind we feed calves twice a day, so that's 14 feedings in a week. So Eddie and our nephew Bryson do the remainder of the feedings. When we started up here 2 years ago, I was doing all the calf feedings, and it was just too much. We found that maybe you can do it all, but you can't do it all well. So between homeschooling the kids and everything, all my work in the house and computer work for the farm, I just couldn't keep up with feeding calves twice a day, every day. So Eddie took some on as he got the cows trained on the robots. I mean, he needed work to do, right? No, I'm just joking. He's busy. He has lots to do. But so I slowed down to 4 or 5 times a week calf feeding, and Eddie will show you all the chores he does on a daily basis. Otherwise, I help in the barn when I'm needed, and that's kind of our system that we have. about my calf managing skills, and this one hopped out her window. She's kind of notorious for that. I don't know, I wasn't keeping track if I left that open or she opened it, but it looks like I left it open. Actually, never mind, I changed my mind. I am good at my job. I'm basically a calf whisperer. Did you just see that? So we have our calf board here, which tells us everything we need to know. Oops, I still have it on winter. That needs to change to summer. Anyway, our calf feeding schedule has changed to summer, so that's fine. But it tells calf number, date of birth, the current week of life the calf is in, the number of liters they are drinking, if the nipple needs to be tight, medium, or loose, and any notes like when they need to be vaccinated, if we find that they're coughing or scouring or something that we want each other to look out for, then we just write it on the calf in notes. So for example, well, I'll show you down here. So this is the calf number name. She was born June 24th. She is in week 4 of her life. She gets 4 liters and a tight nipple, and there's no notes to note for her. Whereas this is our newest calf at the time. She doesn't have a name yet, number 66. She was born July 17th, so she's in her first week of life. She's on 4 liters, a loose nipple, and she needs to be vaccinated on July 23rd. So whoever's doing chores that day will vaccinate her, put it in the computer, and then wipe that off so that we know she's been done. This calf here is being weaned, 61. So she has a few feedings left. We wean our calves over 2 weeks. We just slowly decrease the amount of milk that they get. So this is Monday, Tuesday, on Wednesday we'll continue the schedule into the next week. And this is a bull calf here. So just our note is to sell the calf on July 29th. This is my milk replacer calculation chart, which makes it pretty easy. It's just a formula in Excel to show the number of total liters you need, the number of kilograms of milk replacer per liters, the amount of hot water and cold water, which isn't just this number divided by 2 because the milk replacer displaces some water, so you have to figure it out that way. So I am finishing up calves now. I'm just going to collect their empty bottles and wash them. That's another protocol that we have. Make sure to wash our bottles and then hang them upside down to dry. But then actually twice a week, we soak them with water and bleach. So we leave them standing full either through the night or through the day, and soak all the nipples in bleach and the funnel that we use for the milk. And if we've been using the whisk, then we'll soak that in bleach too. Acid from milk lines can also be used to disinfect, and we clean our bottles every time with a brush, soapy like dish soap, and a brush that connects to the drill. These are just things that we try to keep on top of, along with feeding quality milk replacer to keep our calves super healthy and so that they'll turn into amazing milking animals once they are old enough to have their babies and milk in the barn. So I'm finishing up here, and then I'm going to finish up barn chores because, like I said, Eddie's been in the fields all day, so I am choring by myself. I did most of the work before I fed calves here because we like to try to get 12 hours between calf feedings, and I think that's all the bottles. So I just have to rake the sand stalls and milk the fresh cow and collect her milk, which we'll save for the bull calf that we're feeding. We feed our calves mom's milk for the first 5 or so days. So yeah, that's how we do it here. I'd love to know how you do it on your farm. Leave it in the comments, or if you're not a farmer, if you learned something or want to see something on the farm, let us know down below. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, it's a few days later, and I think we might have to catch you in the next one for Eddie showing you some of his chores. It's super busy here. We have our wheat coming off today, and we have been baling straw from other fields and spreading manure, and Eddie's just been rushing through chores and not able to get footage of what he does in a day. And I've been actually in the barn a lot doing chores, so Eddie's done all the feeding and cleaning out the heifers, but I've done a lot of the chores in the dairy barn. So I just dropped Kylie off with Eddie in the tractor. He is bringing straw bales to our place from his brother Mark's. Then the next step will be getting manure on that field, and our wheat is coming off. No, I don't know why I'm pointing this way. Our wheat is that way. Our wheat came off today, so the next step will be baling that. Eddie's brother Mark will do that, and then getting manure on that field. So today is Friday, probably baling tomorrow, and then manure on Monday, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So I'm again on my own in the barn for chores. One thing that's nice about our farm is that, and we set it up this way on purpose with choosing to go with robots when we built our barn, is that for the basic chores, either Eddie or I can handle it on our own, which is awesome because we can do it together, we can split up and do it on our own, and that just gives us more freedom in how we plan out our time. By basic chores, I mean everything that needs to get done in a day. So feeding calves, chasing fetch cows into the robot, so cows that haven't gone on their own and need to be milked. There's picking the straw pack pens, so picking the manure out of the straw pack pens to keep them clean. There's scraping crossovers, so moving manure in from areas that the automatic manure scrapers can't reach to push it to where the scrapers can reach. There's raking the sand stalls to fluff up the cow's bedding. And then there's feeding. I honestly don't do any of the feeding. Eddie does all the mixing in the TMR mixer, and then he feeds the milk cows, heifers, and dry cows every day. And then in the evening, we just push in that feed. Unless Eddie's gotten off with his schedule, then he might have to feed them in the evening. Then there's also cleaning out our heifer barn, so that gets done with a skid steer, and Eddie always does that. So those are the basic chores that we have to do in a day. And so I can do everything except for cleaning out the heifer barn and feeding the cows. So it's pretty nice that way. It saves us on labor, and it allows us freedom and flexibility in how we plan out our days, and especially days like this when it's busy with field work. Eddie can be hands-on fully in the field, and I can take care of things in the barns, and it just works out for us. Piper's tied up because of all the activity here. We wouldn't want her to get hit by a truck or tractor. Do you want to be untied? Bought this picture from a thrift store the other day to put up in the barn somewhere. Isn't it nice? I don't know where we'll put it. Maybe the bathroom? I think it's nice. Just whipped a cow in the face with a big pile of poop. I did not mean to. She turned at the last minute and I was already hucking it into the scrape alley. Just calling Eddie because I thought this cow doesn't need to be in this pen. I thought maybe the robot sorted her in here for some reason. Sometimes it'll do that. But he said he put her in here on purpose because she wasn't feeling well yesterday. He could tell by her manure, and she was flagged on the activity monitor. So we had her in here for, I guess, probably sounded like close to 24 hours. Like, I think she's totally fine. Her manure looks a little off, but not too much. She ate all of her feed in the feed bunk. So I called Eddie and he said to put her through the robot and then let her out with the rest of the herd. So it's interesting. Sometimes they can feel off just like people and have a bit of a 24-hour thing, and then they're fine. He said he thought she was gonna die last night. She was so bad. But I mean, if you saw her running around with Piper, like she looks spunky as ever, and she keeps trying to push through the saloon gate to get to the robot, so she probably wants to get milked and to get the pellets that they get when they're in the robot. So I'm gonna do that now. Fetch that cow all over again because the robot needed to be reset, and I kicked the cow out back into the pack pen. So I brought her around again, and in that time after I reset it, before I brought her again, another cow snuck in. So I'm waiting for her to get milked, and then I'll bring that cow, make sure she gets in the robot and attached, and then back in with the herd. In the meantime, I'll wash down the robots. Robots down twice a day. That's a non-negotiable chore. I can't remember if I mentioned that when I was talking about daily chores earlier, but we do that every day. We wash the first section of the robot with just a regular garden hose, and for the most part the cows don't mind if you spray their udder, the like teat inflations that connect to their udder to milk them. They don't mind if you spray it while it's on them. So that's pretty handy, but then if there's not a cow in the robot, then we lock the robot and make the arm come out so that we can spray the connectors. Anyway, and then we wash the front section of the robot and then the pathway where both humans and cows can cross with like a fire hose, pressure hose thing. Putting this on manually. This is the cow that we chased in from the pen, and I put it on manually because she has a bit of a funny udder. Her teats are kind of like stuck close together, so that's why I did that. Bugs me how dirty this area is all the time, even after spraying it down twice a day. But the truth is, I think I would have to dedicate like once a week pressure washing this area, keep it clean, because cows poop a lot and they poop here, and it's just the way it is. And it dries out because of the fans. If it stayed moist and wet, it would probably all flush off very easy, but it dries up. Maybe one day it would be cool to get a pressure washer unit in this robot area to like be able to blast it with a heavy duty pressure washer, but I don't know. I haven't even talked to Eddie about that, so I don't think that's in the cards for anytime soon. Unless I surprise him. I doubt I'll do that. Time to keep scraping manure. Lady is my favorite cow. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. This is our dry cow area. So these cows are pregnant and they are having a break from milking. They will be moved up to our close-up dry cow pen shortly when they're close to calving. They don't calve out here. And this Reese's Cup is our only brown, or brown cows are also called red cows. So she's our only red cow. So unfortunately, since she's not milking right now, it means that our family is on a break from chocolate milk. So we're really missing her and her milk, her chocolate milk. So normally when I bring you guys in here with me, I clip you onto a clip string that I can fasten onto any of these bars around here high enough so that the cows do not knock you over. I couldn't find that today, so I'm using my tripod, and as you saw That was a dangerous move. Luckily, you just fell into a nice, soft, fluffy sand bed instead of a blob of gushy manure like this. So that was a win. Now I am fetching cow 911, who is Eddie's favorite cow. So you just learned that my favorite cow is Reese's Cup. This is Arlene. Come on, Arlene. Arlene needs some encouragement to go to the robot. So I'm getting Arlene here. I think she walks kind of funny. Look at her front legs, like her elbows. Kind of looks like she's like a chicken wing or something. I didn't put the fetch bar up on the end near the robot, so let's see how this goes. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Okay, can you move? It's hard to do this with a shovel in one hand and a camera in the other. Okay, you get out of here. Nice. Got splattered with that. She went across. Okay, I'm gonna try to get her back. No. Just back on that side. Will you go in? There, I got her in without using the bar. You can put a bar up there so that they have no way of getting out except for going into that saloon gate, but I was able to do it without. So now I just need 1244. So that one, 911, or Arlene, I knew where she would be because cows like to lay in the same spot, and I know where she likes to lay. 1244, I don't know where she likes to lay, but I just found her eating at the bunk. So I've got her. Let's see if I can get her into the fetch area without the bar. Not because I'm looking for a challenge, but just because I'm lazy. And if I can do it, then great, I save a step. But if I can't, then I make an extra step. So I don't know. You tell me the mentality on that. This is the one we need. I don't have my shovel this time either, so I'm not as big. Oh boy. You left the shovel in a bad spot. Oh, she's going, she's going, she's going! Go on! Go on! Yes! Yes! I did it! I did it! I was able to save a step. I often leave that bar up and forget that I've left it up, so it's good that I didn't even use it, because then I don't have to worry about forgetting it up.